Welcome or welcome back to the Light Renegades. My name is Star. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. Ooh, wow, everyone, we have come full circle. I don't really know how to preface this because I've had to do a deep dive back into our own content. I did the MINTAKA series before sitting down for you all today, and I realized that I've been being called back to the water. So for the past few weeks, I've been guided to be back understanding water codes, water frequencies, what it means to be a being, being able to manipulate water this lifetime, and understanding that this was my calling very deeply somewhere all along. So I'm going to share a little bit more in a energetic update video for you all so you can understand kind of where I've pivoted and what's been going on. But for the purposes of today, I'm going to be channeling the Mintakan beings, and Mintaka is the most westerly star system in the Orion's belt, and it is a water planet, everyone. And I think it's 5 videos before now. One of them was right at the beginning of 2025 in February, and it's incredible to me and also divinely hilarious and also not funny at all, the fact that it's been, you know, almost a whole full year in that expression since then. It's been 10 months, and so much has happened in that time that I think only now does it make full sense to me. So I'm going to share a little bit more about that in the energetic update video, but I'm going to just let the Mintakan beings speak through me now. And it's interesting because before I left the house today, I felt a real strong energy step forward, and it was a real stern presence. And I'd forgotten that this is what the Mintakan energy feels like when conversing with beings from that planet, because they are of such a high vibration. And this happened when I started to be able to channel galactic frequencies. I didn't enjoy the energy when it very first came in, and it's because it was clashing against our very dense energy here that it felt crushing to me. I felt like my body was having to take on kind of this whole new vibration, and I've been in a complete collapsing again, yes everyone, of my whole entire vessel, entire energy, and that's still something that I'm going through at this present given time, hence why I wasn't there last week. So please bear with me, but I'm going to just let the Mintakan beings speak through me. And if you are here for the first time and you have no idea what is going on, I want to say that you found yourself here for a reason, so trust in the energies and stick around for this channeling, this message, but do partake in any other of our videos if you feel called to as well. It's interesting, everyone, because I feel incredibly disconnected from this space. I feel very incredibly disconnected from life, as it were, right now. So I'm finding it interesting that the Mintakan beings have chosen to step forward right now. So I'm trusting the process, but yeah, it might be a little bit of a disconnected channeling is what I want to share, just where I find myself in my own personal expression at this time. So please bear with me as I let the Mintakan beings through. Dear Collective, it has been some time, and we've been waiting for the exact right time to be able to step forward with you all. Some of you so in fear still of this pathway, of this chosen pathway of light, of the understandings outside the ordinary, outside the normal, outside the usual. Today we are speaking to those that are willing to and wishing to charge forward, and this is not to leave anyone else behind, but in your understandings as a being here. This dear soul has gone through an incredible integration process throughout the last 10 months. The last time that we stepped forward, this was about embodying everything that she had learned on this pathway up until this present given moment in time. We will allow for her to share what she has been going through, so you can understand much more the humanistic understanding. But for the purposes of today, we wish to share to you that we are now ready to step forward. We are now ready to hold much more of this collective, and in a much deeper way than you perhaps have experienced before. We spoke about for the longest time that the divine feminine energy has been leading, and this has continued to be the case. There has been some setbacks in what we had wished and hoped for this lifetime for you all already. So we've been working tirelessly behind the scenes to align things for you to be able to step forward with your best foot forward, as this dear soul likes to share. There has been much that many souls here have been needing to learn, needing to understand. Some of you have felt like you've been put on ice, that it's been cold, it's been desolate where you are. This is because you are integrating energies and frequencies that have been at the forefront of your expression for the entirety of your life. It is not felt deep in the puddles and in the muds, as some might say, or have previously have felt, because it's a frequency that you know that is so inherent to whom you are, that it's come through as a force rather than a breaking down. It's been a breaking through. So there has been some teething problems, but for the most part, some might have just felt like they wasn't sure what was happening this year, the year of the 2025, the year of the snake. It has been a shedding for many, but for some, it's been a re-remembering, an understanding of whom you are, and allowing for you to just recalibrate back to yourself. So many of you here fighting battles that you could not have anticipated, specifically the divine feminines here. So many of you having to comb back through your life pathways to understand exactly what you faced and why, and to be able to heal it at the deepest capacity so that you can move forward, and specifically now. We know that there has been many questions for many of you behind the scenes, and we wish to answer them all. However, we are going to have to pause here for some time. There is going to be a recalibration of this soul system. There is going to be a recalibration of how we wish to bring information forward. However, we will continue to step forward for all of you. As some might have witnessed, might have guessed, might have seen, the water frequencies are reaching the collective understanding. This has not been something that many have anticipated. This is something that we have kept very quiet because we needed energies to be focused elsewhere. If you have been feeling the urge to step forward to the water frequencies, to the water codes, to be more embodied in water, then we are for you, collective. We don't think there is much more that we need to share at this present given time, other than to let you to understand that wherever you find yourself right now, you chose to be there. So please do take a look around. It is now time to stop, to pause, to pivot, to say, okay, is this truly where I want to be? And this is truly the final call. This dear soul shared that she heard a foghorn, much more like a sound of the conch horn, but sounded as loud as a foghorn in her ears when she first very started to channel us as beings of light here for you all. And this is something and a frequency that this dear soul has been putting out for some time. She has been whistling, making siren calls, and she wasn't sure where this was going out to. Some was to stop, some was to prevent. Some siren calls have been out there to shake up more of this collective, to bring them home. So many of you have heard this calling. So many of you have been seeking out souls in your communities, in your spaces to share and commune with on the frequencies, however this looks to you. Not specifically just us Mintakan beings, but this idea and this pathway as a whole, spirituality as a whole, living life to its fullest as a whole. So many of you have been able to see that to live a spiritual life does not look one specific way. This dear soul specifically took on an initiation process to help many souls around her reach their understandings at a much deeper capacity, and she's been having to heal from that time. There has been a deep integration process that has been happening with the collective. So we want to say, wherever you find yourself, please do understand that you chose to be there for a reason. And if you do not like what you are seeing, now is the time to make those changes. There is no more room for later. There is no more room for, I will think about this in a few weeks, in a few months' time. It is now, or it will be in a few years' time, in a few turns over's time. We hope that you understand what we are trying to say to you. This convergence of the souls ready now and the souls that are willing to take this pathway, but at a slower capacity. The doors have been closed to some for some time, but this is the final calling to some out there that wish to be changing, wish to be looking at their pathway in a deeper capacity, wish to be saying and understanding the same things that they've had others speak of. Whether you have decided this just now or you feel like this has been something that you've been thinking about for some time, please know that this is your final calling. This is your final calling home for the quickest pathway, for the chariot pathway, for the pathway of least resistance. And now, this is not to say that it will be the easiest. This just all is testament to just how difficult this pathway can be. And this will be something that she will share for you all at a much deeper capacity to help you all understand exactly what it takes to be here and be a being of light here. We are moving into times where everything is shifting for you at a rapid rate, and some of the collective are very much ready. So we wish to say to you, please do step forward and have no fear. It's okay to be hesitant. It's okay to think, I don't know exactly why I'm doing this, but your heart and your soul is guiding you forward for a reason. Please do not resist, for in resisting there will only be strife. But we wish to say that you couldn't truly resist if you tried. And this is something that this dear soul has experienced time and time again, wishing to turn back, having to pause, thinking, why have I done this? What have I done this for? But still feeling in heart that she was ready. She knew that something was guiding her within herself, not just us, but within herself, pushing her forward. We have been very, very quiet for this dear soul for this last year, and it's been something that has been frustrating for her. And this has been with divine purpose. This dear soul is very much capable of standing on her own 2 feet here, and we had to show her this. Some of you are stepping into the capacities of guiding others, and now is your time to step out in your fullest capacities of this. You are ready. Everyone is always learning. We too are learning, and this is something that so many of you have witnessed. There has been collective karma that has been working out and through the collective, and some of you have been in the depths of this karmic understanding for so many, not just yourselves. We will share more about this when it is time. But for now, we must pause, as there is much behind the scenes that we would need to be bringing into fruition to some. And there is much more that needs to be given to each of you at a cellular level, but also at an understanding, so that you know where you wish to pivot to. You are now making choices for the next few years of your life, if not the rest of your lifetime now. So please do think long and hard over the next few weeks, specifically during the festive season. What is it that you wish for your life to look like moving forward? Forget what it has been. You can achieve and perceive anything to be for the highest will and good of all. So now is the time to make those tough decisions. This is the final call. We will say this again. This is the final call. So if your soul has been searching, please do not hesitate to reach out, to speak to us, to speak to this dear soul, for she will be able to help you. There is much that we wish to share with humanity moving forward. There is going to be much that is going to be needed for the collective energies moving forward in community. So please remind yourself why you step forward in the first place on this pathway, on this journey. Hold yourself in graciousness and those around you, because there are going to be many that are going to struggle to see you stepping forward in your highest light, in your highest vibration. And this is something that this dear soul has been privy to for some time, for some years now. So we wish to say to you, be mindful, be gentle, be courageous, but also hold yourself in the utmost amounts of compassion and those around you. Now is not the time to shrink. Now is not the time to say, I can't do this. Now is the time to say, I'm willing and I will keep trying. All that we ask is for you to keep stepping forward, not for us, but for you. And you know this deep within your heart that this is the truth. We are merely here to support you. We are merely here to support souls that said we wish to come and help humanity. Remember what you are doing this for, collective. Remember why you stepped forward in the first place. The path has been long, the path has been arduous, the path has been crippling to so many, but you chose this for a reason, because you knew that you would overcome and make it through and be a testimony, a testament to so many souls, and help them work through their karmic aspects also at a capacity that has never been seen before. The Light Renegade space has done something that has truly never been done before, and it has been an interesting ride, to say the least. We are looking forward to delving back through the Light Renegade space, back through the past few years with you all, to help you understand just exactly what you were breaking down and how this has helped humanity truly be able to break through. We know that so many in this collective have seen the pockets of light already in your own spaces, and we couldn't be more grateful for your service here to humanity. We are grateful for each soul that has stepped forward in this time, and we look forward to communicating with more of you in the future being now and forever. But that's all from us today, dear kind beings, and we'll be back again real soon. Take care. And it's interesting because I can feel where beings pull in my own energy for their use, and yeah, it's funny feeling this again. I've been in a real strange space, everyone. I realize that I've been in kind of spirit realms for some time, and it's been a very long time since I've been in galactic energies, and that was with divine purpose. There were some things that I was having to work through in my own personal journey, not just for myself, but so many out there that I'm now starting to see is very different to galactic frequencies. So it's taken a minute for me to be able to pivot back. I feel like my whole entire vessel is was going through a recalibration again. So I've been having to be very slow in my spaces. I've been having to be very intentional in my spaces of where I place my energy, because I've just been so sensitive to absolutely everything yet again. But I think I'm going to pause here and hop into a energetic update video for you all to explain a little bit more about that. But I'm grateful for the Mintakan being stepping forward. I feel like my life has been so intrinsically woven into the fabric of what they are sharing, now looking back on the channelings that I've already done. So please do pause and go back. And I wish to say, you know, please do go back and watch Anna Maria's Getting Started series, because there was a lot of messages that she brought through connecting to, you know, life paths and understandings of working through relationships with family, and specifically through the festive season as well. And I'll try and comb through those videos to find specific ones and tag them in the description as well, everyone, but it might take me a minute. But there is so much that we've already brought through in the Light Renegade space for you to be delving ever deeper into. And specifically, I want to say the root chakra meditation, sacral chakra meditation, and my heart chakra meditation are particularly powerful and potent at this time. So please be aware of what chakras might need realigning for you, and specifically now, because we are really having to go back to the basics, everyone, so that we can bring in more of these frequencies, more of these energies that we said that we would house and home for humanity. And I realize this has been something that I've been doing on the sidelines, as well as all of this space, is that my physical vessel has taken such a beating, such a battering, such a recalibration in its space, and I kind of forgotten everything that I'd gone through, because I was in the depths of darkness for some time and I had to be there. So it was like I completely erased everything that I'd already done in this space. So it's been interesting having flashbacks and moments come back to me, and thinking back to when, you know, life just suddenly became technicolor. One day, all of a sudden, the colors of this world just were very, very bright, and, you know, that became my new normal. And there's been so many things that I've experienced that I now realize that the collective are now waking up to. I've been seeing beings around me wake up to things that, you know, I've gone through myself in this journey. So I've been grateful to be able to take a look around and see that this collective energy and these frequencies that we've been bringing in has been reaching the collective. And, you know, some very dear souls around me as well have been waking up alongside of me, and so many beings have stepped forward into my pathway, into my lifetime, in real close proximity, that I just didn't think, you know, was going to happen this lifetime. So I've been blown away by the synchronicities of life throughout 2025, while still completely breaking apart at the seams, while completely, you know, having to re-heal my heart and my spaces and things that, you know, have completely shattered me once again. But I think that to round off 2025, the word that I would use is gratitude for everything. And, you know, even the spaces of the deep pain, I can see how they completely molded me to be exactly the being that I am, and that I continue to step forward and, you know, aim to be. I'd forgotten why I'd stepped forward in the first place, and this has definitely been something that I've been combing through in the most recent weeks. Because I had to take on a very different persona to be able to fight some things, not just for myself, but for others out there in their collective. And now that I'm coming more back to myself, it's interesting to see where I've been, and to put that into full perspective. So if you have a very similar understanding to myself, you know, please do not hesitate to reach out. It's exactly why I'm here. And I want to say, collective, that you're going to have to fight these feelings of not wanting community. Believe me, I've been there, but we are going to need one another moving forward. It is through community that we are all going to prosper. And, you know, I use the word prosper loosely, because I'm starting to see that the way that I thought life was going to pan out for me, for others around me, just simply isn't going to be the case. You know, I feel like when I plan for something, truly, it just never happens in the way that I'm expecting it to. But I'm always trusting in the divine pathway, the divine understandings, and I'm here for the ride. It has been absolutely wild over here on the Light Renegade space, but right now, looking at everything, I wouldn't have changed it for the world. You know, there were some aspects that are really painful, some aspects that are really difficult for all of us Light Renegades to sit in, Cabello, Anna Maria, and myself. And, you know, we chose this pathway for a reason. And looking back now, I can see where we chose this, and the things that we worked through just wasn't purely for us. It's been for the collective. It has been for humanity as a whole. And I can see the pockets of light that we've made in this world. And it has left me speechless, everyone, if I'm being completely honest. The things that I've been privy to the past month alone has completely left me dumbstruck, left me in awe. but I'm going to share a little bit more about that in the energetic update video. But for those that have been watching for the longest time, it has been 3 years, I want to say, everyone. It has been 3 years. I think it's been 3 years, coming up for 3 years in this space. And yeah, it's been wild. I think wild is the only word that I have for it. But I'm ever grateful, and also just ever grateful for every soul that has ever stepped forward in this space, has ever shared their life, their love, their situations with me, their life with me. You know, you really helped me to stand firmly in my convictions here, because I realized that I was mirroring back to you exactly, you know, what you were going through in your life pathway, or something very similar, and we were there to help awaken each other and to help each other. So each soul that stepped forward, I gained so much from you, just as much as you perhaps thought you were gaining from me. So I'll always be eternally grateful for each soul that has been here, and I look forward to sharing with you all more in a much deeper capacity, it seems. And you know, I haven't been given the full everything behind the scenes. There's still a lot that is being worked out, specifically my own personal journey, everyone. So I'll be back again when it feels in alignment, but please do not hesitate to check out our content that has already been, everyone. We have been told that there is everything to get you through life that we have already put out there, so I'm trusting in that energy. But that's all for myself and the Mintakan beings, and we will be back again, everyone. I just don't know when that will be, so this is a pause. I have a feeling that this might be the final message that I bring out, channeling beings before the holidays start. So just be aware of that. If you would like to be working with me, you can. My last day of, you know, books open is the 22nd of December after winter solstice, so you can book in with me to have a one-to-one in that time if you feel called to. I have started to do water healing sessions, so if you would like to know more about that, please do not hesitate to reach out. But I'm working with the Mintakan beings in that space. So if you've been looking to balance out your masculine and feminine energies, if you've been looking to recalibrate, if you've been looking to really integrate yourself and your shadow at a deeper capacity and really release the constraints of the ancestry on your life path, that session is going to be for you, is what I want to share. But that's all for myself and the Mintakan beings, and we'll be back again when it's time. Take care.